He was up against a class boxer on that occasion, of course, and Warburton will give him his own test too. And interesting first round.
Yeah, Wolverton just getting a little joy towards the end of that round. It was a nice little uppercut in that final flurry. Certainly Unsworth had the better of the opening couple of minutes or so, but Warburton just settling to his task and warming to the contest towards the end. And this was where Warburton just came on a little stronger. He was able to cover up and protect himself against those body blows from Unsworth, and just managing to land one or two punches of his own, but for the most part of the first round it was Unsworth dictating.
Yep, Unsworth having the centre of the ring and more than happy to push Warburton back against the ropes, trap him there and get the body shots in there just as part of the weakening process. As you may see, Carl Greaves in the Unsworth corner, our promoter tonight, changed out of his nifty suit into his t-shirt for the day job.
So Warburton looking a little more intent now. And Unsworth trying to reassert his dominance. Unsworth, as an amateur incidentally, boxed on the same Army boxing team as three-time ABA champion Martin Stead and Steve Turner as well, before he turned professional. So he's learned from some of the best. He's got his man just trapped on the ropes here. Warburton needs to extricate himself from this position.
He just needs to move his feet a little bit more, but he's boxed his way off the ropes in the end.
Yeah, once or twice Warburton's got through with an uppercut as well, which is something that Unsworth needs to be careful of. Obviously he wants to get in nice and tight where he can, but Warburton just occasionally sneaking the uppercut in.
Good footwork though by Warburton there as Unsworth launched his assault. He just stepped back and made him miss, and now trying to unleash a right-left combination himself, protecting the body well with his elbow, getting the guard and the elbows tucked in close to the sides as Unsworth tries to press him back against the ropes once more. Again, Warburton just trying the uppercut, landing not with full power, but just teeing up Unsworth and letting him know that he's there. Not going to have it all his own way. Back comes Unsworth with the left hook, which just clips his opponent.
Yeah, tempted to say Unsworth soldiering on. Just to get my own puns in.
Thank you. If you want to rate the puns or indeed the boxing, don't forget you can message us via YouTube or on Twitter. Use the hashtag Hatton TV. So #Hatton TV, we'll pick up the messages there. And if you are just happening upon us wherever you are in the world, this is live from Cleethorpes in Humberside, just south of Grimsby, for those of you who want to look it up on an atlas.
And we're in the welterweight division, second contest of the night, coming to the end of round two. Amir Unsworth in the camouflage trunks against Lancashire's William Warburton from Atherton, wearing the black trunks with a slight sparkle. Well, Unsworth probably still just ahead. But he's certainly not having it all his own way. Warburton looks well organised and he's asking one or two questions of the serving soldier.
Here's the action from that second round. Warburton, as they making his miss and then coming back with a combination of his own that actually did make Unsworth backpedal just for a fraction, but look at him straight back onto the attack again. But good work by Warburton there, not letting himself get overawed or Boston bullied out of this contest. He's coming back with a bit of his own.
Well, I dare say against an Army PTI, there's not much chance of him tiring out his opponent, so you can bet that Amir Unsworth is in fantastic tip-top condition. So Warburton really has got to box his way through this contest if he's to make any impression.
Seconds out, round 3.
Unsworth looking really strong, good physical specimen, and he's jumping into the attack again at the start of this third. Targeting the body once more, Amir Unsworth. Just trying to take the wind out of the sails of William Warburton. Warburton, incidentally, another one who stepped into the breach fairly late when Unsworth's intended opponent fell through, but Unsworth here just beginning to enjoy one or two moments of success. Warburton seems to have weathered that little storm. Again, he's trying to get through with an uppercut of his own, trying to rock back the head of the shorter, stockier boxer, Amir Unsworth.
But classic stuff from Unsworth, launching an assault to the head, raising Warburton's guard up and then immediately going downstairs and to the unprotected body area. Good stuff from Amir Unsworth, cultured stuff.
Yeah, usually you look to see if boxers' faces are marking up, but certainly you can see on Warburton's torso that he's taken a bit of punishment downstairs from Unsworth, so that's clearly an area that they have deliberately targeted in the blue camp. Really tough-looking opponent, Amir Unsworth. He's built like a bulldozer. I wouldn't fancy trying to stop him. Just keeps forcing himself forward, and for all Warburton's boxing skills, he just can't repel the Lincolnshire man.
Yes, impressive stuff from Unsworth, as you say, no doubting about his fitness, but his technique's good as well. And he's coping well with Warburton, who's got the longer arms and the bigger levers as a result, but he's managing to get inside them and deal out the punishment just like that.
Yeah, in some ways Warburton is the more pleasing on the eye of the two, perhaps the greater stylist, but there's no question about the pressure that he's coming under simply because of the amount of work that Unsworth is doing, and for the most part it is good quality work as well from Unsworth. It's the sheer ferocity of the man which is the main challenge.
And really stuck in that neutral corner, just both men boxers with feet planted, and Warburton trying to slug his way out of it and doing well.
Almost a case of matching fire with fire there for William Warburton, and just for a second or so he seemed to be enjoying that little exchange. Unsworth perhaps just having to reconsider for a moment.
Yes, quite possibly, as we come to the end of round number 3. Certainly can't fault William Warburton for the effort he's put into that one.
Well, it's a very different contest to the first one we saw this evening, but just as absorbing, I think you'll agree. Real clash of styles between these two.
And here's some of that action with Warburton really looking trapped in that corner, and he decides, right, I'm not just going to move, I'm going to slug my way out of this. And look at that, 1-2, lands nicely, almost a third, catches one as he comes out, but it's not the textbook way of getting out of the corner, but it was effective.
Well, obviously worked in boxing and works in quite a few sports. Often when you're backed into a corner, quite literally, that attack is the best form of defence, and I think that was what William Warburton quickly worked out on that occasion.
Corners, 10 seconds.
So here we go then to decide tonight's second winner of the evening. 3 more minutes in this welterweight contest. Amir Unsworth in the army trunks up against William Warburton in the black.
Referee hasn't had to intervene too much in this one, but
well, it's one of those contests where you think the referee's almost standing back and enjoying it like like the punters.
Now Warburton launching a bit of an assault himself. Obviously been told to get a move on in this final round, and he's certainly doing that. But perhaps he's in a little bit too close, just can't get the full leverage on those long arms of his, and he's back in that neutral corner again, under pressure.
Warburton, another who hasn't had a win in the last year, so he's got a draw on the memory bank for the last time he was victorious. And like I say, 1 or 2 scars for Unsworth as well after that defeat I mentioned in the English lightweight title fight with Derry Matthews, which was over in the blink of an eye up in Liverpool. So a win either way would be very precious to these two fighters. Good footwork there by the referee, who very nearly caught a left hand.
Well, again, absolute value for money in this one. And you and I aren't even paying any, but fantastic effort by both boxers. And if anything, they've both stepped up the pace in this final round.
Unsworth with a good right again, which just rocked Warburton back on his heels for a second. To be fair, he's taken a good deal of punishment and come back for more already tonight. Not surprisingly, it is just getting a little scrappy at times as both men, despite their good physical condition, start to tire towards the end of this contest.
Maybe a little bit too late on Twitter. We've just had, "Come on, William, get stuck in," from your family in Atherton. Shall I dash in and tell him?
He's got about 40 seconds to get stuck in. He's just being hindered at the moment by a bit of the strapping around his glove, which has come loose. But pair of scissors quickly into action, and we're ready to go.
And another one from Hull FC 2005 says, "Come on, Warburton, use your loaf." Well, he's using his fists at the moment, and what a finish, what a finale.
Well, this is all guns blazing by both men now. Unsworth trying to explode in the last 10 seconds. Warburton just almost losing his footing there under the pressure of the bullish attack from Unsworth. Well, it's a barnstorming end to the second matchup of the evening here in Cleethorpes.
And Warburton tagged him with a left there, I think, just right on the end of the bell.
Oh,
wow.
And it's Warburton who's got the nod and hasn't gone down awfully well inside the arena, but he boxed a very clever fight at times there, William Warburton.
I'll be interested to hear the scores. I have to say, I can't say I actually agree with that, but I'm sure people will let us know on YouTube and on Twitter. Let us know what you think.
Well, in terms of volume of punches, I wouldn't be surprised if Unsworth landed more, but maybe the greater quality came from Warburton, and maybe that's what swayed the referee.
Don't forget, you can message us on Twitter. There we are, #Hatton TV. We'd love to hear from you. Score the fights. If you just want to shout out, I've got a list to read out shortly, but I've got an interview to do in a moment.
Well, talking of scoring the fight, referee Rob Chalmers did just that, and we can now get his official verdict.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds boxing, the referee's scorecard reads for Amir Unsworth 37 points, William Warburton 39 points. Your winner, Atherton's William Warburton. And your appreciation there for Sleaford's Amir Unsworth.
So only the 4th win of his career for William Warburton, something of an upset. Like I say, you have to go back to September last year for his last victory. So this will taste very, very sweet indeed. And I think we're just about ready to hear from the man himself.
Thanks, Phil. William's with me ringside. In the last 30 seconds, we got a message on Twitter from your family saying, "Come on, William." You did them proud in the end.
Oh yeah, it's got to be done, hasn't it? Plenty of fitness went into it. I mean, all credit to other guys, like powerful, he's non-stop, like, so got to work against him, work for him, so that's what I did really.
I have to admit, on commentary, we thought it was maybe a bit closer than that, maybe even, it could have gone either way, but you'll be well pleased with the win.
Yeah, to be honest, I thought a lot of them were going to the body, hitting my elbows, arms and that, so a lot of my shots were connecting fully, so I can't complain with that result really.
Because you've got long arms, he was trying to get in close to negate that, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, yeah. But I think the reach paid off at the end. Yeah. Caught him with some cracking shots. I mean, don't get me wrong, he caught me with 1 or 2 shots, but I thought I had the better of it. So.
Of course, he's an Army PTI, so very fit guy, so you must be pleased to match him in that respect.
Like a buzzsaw he was, yeah. But a very good contest from my view. Yeah.
And what are your plans from now? Because this is a win that's got you back on track, really, isn't it?
Well, I'll get back in gym, plenty of fitness work, see where it takes me from there.
Well, everybody's watching you live on YouTube all around the world. Maybe you'd like to just reply to your family and their good wishes.
Oh, cheers family, cheers everybody, whoever's, and thanks to Mel, been there all the way. She knows how it works. So.
She knows how Twitter works as well, by the sound of it.
She does, yeah.
Excellent, well done. William Warburton, well done, congratulations.
Thank you.